We got to talk about what's happening right now in Texas and what it means for us in North Carolina. Several weeks ago, Donald Trump ordered Republican state lawmakers in Texas to redraw their state's congressional maps to eliminate several seats that lean towards Democrats and to rig them for Republicans instead. The reason is because Republicans hold a very narrow majority in the U.S. House of Representatives, which they're very likely to lose in next year's elections, so Trump wants to try to save the Republican majority by cheating by rigging more election maps. Republican state lawmakers in Missouri, Florida, and Indiana have also indicated that they'll try to redraw their congressional maps to manufacture more Republican seats. So the first question people have is, could we see North Carolina Republicans redraw our congressional map too? The answer is probably no, and only because North Carolina's congressional map is already so rigged that there's not much more Republicans can do. North Carolina's congressional map is an ugly joke. You've got seats like Brad Knott in the 13th, or Virginia Fox in the 5th, or Tim Moore in the 14th. These seats are designed to be completely unwinnable by any Democrat. So the next question, could rigging the maps as blatantly as Trump is trying to do backfire with voters? The answer there is maybe, but it's very unclear. And this is really the hard part about gerrymandering, which is that most voters just don't care about this issue that much. It helps to break this out a little bit. Democratic voters definitely care. In states where Democrats control the state government, most of them have given up redistricting power entirely and handed it over to independent commissions they don't control, like in California or New York or Virginia. And in states like Colorado and Michigan and Washington and Arizona, ballot initiatives, also supported by Democrats and their allies, have installed independent commissions to draw election maps. And that is why Republican state politicians draw a plurality of all congressional districts today, while Democratic politicians draw way fewer. The Democrats have just taken this power out of their own hands. But now, that strategy might have backfired. The Democrats took a principled stand against partisan gerrymandering by banning it in a lot of the states that they control, but Republicans didn't, and that leaves them with a strategic advantage. And Trump is now ordering Republicans to use that advantage to rig more elections in their favor. And this has created this dynamic where, principles aside, Democratic voters are highly polarized against gerrymandering, but Republican voters are polarized in favor of it. Think about it. You're a base Republican voter, you probably really hate the Democrats, and you might be just fine with rigging some elections to own the libs, especially if Trump has ordered it done. Meanwhile, most voters in the middle are very skeptical of both parties. They don't really trust either side, and they have a lot of other stuff to worry about too. They've got the job market and housing and cost of living and everything else. So even though partisan gerrymandering totally distorts the basic democratic system of representation that the founders intended, it's still kind of removed from people's everyday lives. So we'll see if this affects anything or how the Democrats are able to respond.